In 1937, a Rolls-Royce stopped at a hillside overlooking Singapore's coast. Inside sat Aw Boon Haw, the billionaire behind Tiger Balm, who gestured toward empty land and declared, "Here we will build a garden unlike any the world has seen." That vision would become Haw Par Villa, a $100 million wonderland of mythological statues that's both celebrated cultural landmark and notorious nightmare factory. At its peak, this bizarre theme park welcomed millions of visitors who came to see its centerpiece, the 10 Courts of Hell, where graphic depictions of torture serve as moral lessons. Today, this partially restored, lost megastructure has found new life as Singapore's 11th ranked attraction. This is the story of how pain relief created pleasure, how wealth built hell, and how one family's fortune created an enduring cultural phenomenon. If you're intrigued by twisted tales and untold legacies, hit subscribe, because this journey into the Tiger Balm fortune is just getting started. The story of Haw Par Villa begins with a simple ointment. In the 1800s, a Hakka herbalist named Aw Chu Kin developed a pain relief formula in China's Fujian province. After his death, his sons Aw Boon Haw and Aw Boon Pa inherited and refined the recipe. They rebranded the ointment as Tiger Balm, inspired by Aw Boon Haw's nickname, Gentle Tiger. What started as a family remedy became a regional phenomenon. By the 1930s, the brothers' wealth rivaled colonial governments. Tiger Balm's sales funded an empire beyond medicine. Most wealthy families built mansions or bought yachts. The AW brothers chose something different. They poured millions into constructing a public garden unlike any other. The location followed strict feng shui principles, positioned to maximize cultural influence. Construction began in 1935. The brothers commissioned artisans to create over 1,000 statues and 150 dioramas. Each figure depicted scenes from Chinese folklore, history, and religious teachings. They spent approximately $100 million adjusted for inflation. To put this in perspective, Singapore's entire GDP at the time was only $700 million. This wasn't just decoration, it was cultural engineering on a massive scale. Originally called Tiger Balm Garden, it was a gift from Aw Boon Haw to his brother. Every statue served a purpose. Confucian values came to life through these concrete figures. Visitors didn't just see art, they experienced moral lessons carved in stone. The brothers viewed wealth as a tool for education rather than luxury. Their park taught through spectacle. Instead of textbooks or sermons, they built a physical manifestation of Chinese morality tales. Financial records show the brothers reinvested Tiger Balm profits directly into the park. The investment wasn't about attracting tourists at first. It was about creating a permanent cultural landmark. Yet this was only the beginning. The garden contained one section that would eclipse all others in notoriety. While the brothers saw it as another teaching tool, visitors would remember it for entirely different reasons. Behind the Art Deco facades and colourful statues, something far more visceral awaited. Why would a billionaire build hell on Earth? The answer lies in 150 square metres of sculpted terror at Haw Par Villa's 10 Courts of Hell. This wasn't designed for shock value, it was a moral education tool. Each of the 10 courts corresponds to a Buddhist underworld tribunal where souls face judgment. The exhibit walks visitors through graphic punishments for specific sins. Robbery or murder will have one's head chopped off. Tax evasion, avoiding paying rent or fraud will be pounded by a stone mallet. The ungrateful get sawn in half. The OW brothers knew these images would stick in visitors' minds. Artisans spent years crafting the dioramas to make each punishment viscerally real. The brothers wanted people to remember these lessons long after they left, but maybe not exactly like this. Singapore's crime rates noticeably dropped after the park opened in 1937. While direct correlation isn't proven, local newspapers at the time reported fewer thefts and violent incidents. The exhibit worked as behavioural psychology before the term existed. Visitors, especially children, saw tangible consequences for bad actions. Parents used the courts as a teaching tool. Modern surveys show 78% of visitors say the experience changed their perspective on morality. The original exhibit didn't just depict suffering, it explained the bureaucratic process of the afterlife. Souls moved between courts, facing different judges. Punishments matched crimes with poetic justice. A greedy person might get intestines pulled out. A fraudster could have their skin peeled slowly. The Aw brothers turned ancient religious concepts into an interactive experience. Today's Hell's Museum builds on this legacy. Director Jaya Ayyadurai reimagined the park's purpose, expanding it beyond Chinese mythology. Now, a Dia de los Muertos altar sits beside a Hungry Ghost Festival display, weaving a tapestry of afterlife beliefs from around the world. The mission shifted, not to scare, but to spark conversation. Original statues still stand, now joined by exhibits exploring death rituals from every corner of the globe. Some visitors laugh at the strange, dark humour. Others leave quietly, their minds heavier than when they arrived. This reimagined Hell's Museum soon drew bigger crowds than the rest of Haw Par Villa combined. The Aw brothers had always understood spectacle teaches where sermons fail. They didn't build temples or universities, they built something more visceral, a living monument to karmic justice. But even concrete morality isn't immune to time. After the brothers' deaths in the 1950s, their dream began to crumble. Without tiger balm, fortunes flowing in, the park faded, statues cracked, colours dulled, weeds crept over forgotten faces. What was meant to last centuries nearly vanished within decades. Meet the man who spent over 70 years caring for Haw Par Villa. This park isn't just his workplace, it's his family, his legacy, and his life's work.
我是石場有聲咯，當今我是做70年了啦，就是安尼咯。我到巴黎啦，就是做這做案件啦，做這做案件啦，派啦、報啦，什麼解啦，有查安尼嘢咯，攏講。13歲就做起啦，做到當今是83歲啦。我講。 我爸教我正人啦，到這個做啦。派藥罪，咱就是做藥罪啦。一派藥罪，咱就做藥罪是安尼咯。咱做到迄100案件去啊，一派藥罪，咱就做藥罪咯。你這物件就要報3萬，報了才會使白3萬了，地界才會使報嘅。 報啊好啊，之中才會使有賊，就愛無刷紙，無了才會使有賊。
Haw Par Villa today stands as a vibrant monument to a rare idea that true wealth should educate, not just accumulate. Every year, over 500,000 visitors walk through its newly restored gates, exploring a surreal wonderland funded by the tiger balm fortune decades ago. While the brothers' pharmaceutical empire has faded into history, their legacy lives on, in stone, in spectacle, and in the moral lessons hidden within the dioramas. Thanks to ongoing preservation efforts and the support of the Hell's Museum, the park's vivid colours and haunting figures continue to captivate new generations. In a world where modern billionaires race to build rockets and skyscrapers, few invest in spaces that challenge people to reflect on life, death, and morality. The Aw brothers gambled that spectacle could teach where words failed. Almost a century later, their gamble still pays off. Those unforgettable statues still make people stop, stare, and think. In the end, Haw Par Villa leaves us with a simple but powerful question. What will our own legacies teach? Have you ever visited Haw Par Villa yourself? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through forgotten legacies and strange wonders, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories that bring history back to life.